I started doing a little bit of woodworking. I got some woodworking stuff from my uncle when he died, and I, my father bought a saw to make frames, and then he never used it, but he left it downstairs and said that I could use it, and I just kind of picked up on it, and I started doing different things like toy boxes and stuff. And then I was on vacation and I saw these Adirondack chairs that I really liked. They had cool paintings on them and stuff. I think it was at Margaritaville in Orlando, and I was like, oh, I like how those look. I think I could do that. And then so I just started making them. Like I said, it's mostly a hobby. I try to cover my costs of what I do and maybe make a few bucks. You know, I hope to get really good at it someday where, you know, I could actually make some money on them. But I mean, money's not the big motivator. I enjoy making them. Sometimes I do them for charity, and I'll maybe just charge, you know, whatever the cost of the materials are, maybe a little bit for myself. But the steps of making a chair, they change all the time, because as I'm doing it, I'll be like, oh, hey, this is a better idea, or this is a better way of doing it. Like, it seems like every time I do it, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do it this way instead, and then I'll, you know, and I just adjust. But I mean, basically, you go to Lowe's, you buy the wood. I try to use cedar because it's resistant to rot and the elements. It's just a good strong wood. So I'll buy the wood. I'll buy the fasteners. I'll figure out what kind of paint, what color paint I want to use. I'll buy the paint. Basically just buy all the materials, get them home, sort them out. I have marks on my radial arm saw where I cut boards to length, and then I use my patterns that I made, which a lot of times my patterns will change too, and I'll trace everything out. I'll cut everything out with the jigsaw or whatever I need to do, and then I'll shape it with the sanding tools that I have. Sand it down, fill all the holes, any holes, prime it, paint it, put the back together, put any artwork on the back that needs to be done, and then I seal everything with a clear paint, which took me a long time to figure out how to do that, because it was tough to find something that clear and durable. Like polyurethane is would crack all the time, and then you have to find outdoor stuff. And so any artwork or anything like that, I just found it was as simple as regular paint with no pigment in it, and so I bought a can of that and tried it, and it worked perfect. So I'll use that like to gloss the paint over and to protect the artwork. I did a couple of chairs for charity. I like to do stuff for charity. I did a few chairs for a park in New Bedford that was dedicated to a soldier that had been killed in Afghanistan. What else did I do? I did a chair for the Warwick Animal Shelter for a raffle. That went pretty well. There was a bidding war over that, so that was pretty good. Trying to think of any other ones. I think that's about it. But if somebody has a charity, especially if a friend like has charity that they're trying to raise money for, I try to help out. It's usually a good item, like especially if you have an auction or a raffle or something. It usually does pretty well. I like some of the Jaws themes ones that I did, because I love the movie Jaws. I did a set for a friend of mine that was pretty cool. I kind of incorporated their name into like a business, like a fishing charter business that doesn't really exist, but like people can, you might not be able to own your own business, but you can have a chair that says that like for your dream business. Having to get it right, but there's a little forgiveness in there in the construction process. It's just not, it's not like if you make a little mistake, it's not the end of the world. When people get excited about getting them, and they, I've never had somebody like disappointed. Like you tell them how much they cost, and everybody's like, oh, I don't know, I can't. But anybody who's ever bought one, like when they got them, they're like, I love it, and I've never had anybody that was disappointed when they get their chairs, which that would be devastating to me. But I just enjoy it. I think that everybody should everybody should have a chair. I mean, I know it's stupid, but it's just nice. It's a little vacation. You know, when you're at home, you go. You go and you sit in your chair and you have a drink, and which I drink test every single chair before I deliver them to make sure that they work. But I just like the way the world looks from an Adirondack chair, and I want that. I would like that for everybody.